With Apple's unveiling of the new iPhone 8 and iPhone X, Apple phones rose to over 700 million iPhones. But how did Apple start, and where are its roots? Apple was founded by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in a garage in 1971. From the beginning, Apple focused on simplicity and using top-of-market materials. This originally helped Apple to grow. Their first computer was released in 1976. This computer was called the Apple I. It did not even come with a monitor. A year later, they released the Apple II, one of the most bought computers in the 20th century. The Apple II was new and hip, with cool new features like a mouse and keyboard, and a built-in operating system. The next 2 decades were filled with improvements to Apple's computer, such as color, sound, and mouse technology. Each year, their popularity grew because of the futuristic look of Apple's products. In May of 2001, the first Apple Store opened its doors to customers. This started the age of Apple's customer support. Apple's customer support was so revered that many people decided to switch to Apple products because they knew any Apple official could help them. On June 2007, at 9:41 a.m., Steve Jobs told everyone that Apple thinks differently. And Apple thinking differently led to an explosion in Apple revenue. At 9:41, Steve Jobs announced the first iPhone, the iPhone 3G, proving Apple really could think differently by using the first touch-sensitive screen on a phone. Every year since June of 2007, Apple has released a new iPhone with bold new features. We saw Apple bring the first voice assistant into the iPhone 4, the first Touch ID sensitive phone in the iPhone 5S, making the thinnest phone on the market in the 6S, taking away the headphone jack in the iPhone 7, and in the iPhone 8, redefining what a camera is. All of these changes demonstrates Apple's will to rethink the phone and the whole technology market. Overall, the will to think different from Steve Jobs. Steve brought his pride and passion for reinventing technology. This pride led the company to gross a net worth of over $750 billion. Even after Steve Jobs passed away in 2012, Apple kept striding forward under the "I do not fear anything" leadership of Tim Cook. For example, in April 2015, Tim Cook announced the release of the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch demonstrated that Apple could improve on smartwatches in battery life, usability, and even if it risked losing some customers to an expensive watch. Apple's leadership has demonstrated reinventing, thinking differently, and taking risks to lead to a successful business.